Welcome to the Voice of Reason Sports Podcast. Make sure you subscribe to the show, leave a comment, and click that like button. Welcome back for another edition of the Voice of Reason Sports Podcast. This is the Marvelous One with Philosophical and Don back at it again for sports talks, recaps, and predictions. What's good with you fellas?
What's up? What's up?
Tough week.
Why is it a tough week? What you mean, man?
Lot of good stuff going on, man. But we'll get into the mix of it. I'll express myself.
No doubt, no doubt, no doubt. All right, well, first thing first, man. What you guys think, man? KD is making his debut with the Phoenix Suns tonight. You know, last I checked, he had like 23 points in the fourth quarter. What do y'all think?
I think it'll take a couple games for them to get the chemistry right. I think this is more about them preparing for the playoffs. So, this is all about getting the chemistry right, for them gel and everything. So,
no doubt, no doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was all strategic. It was a good game to come back. You didn't want to come back when they was playing Giannis and things like that, because it's getting late in the season. So I think this was a good come up game as far as getting them some work in and some little bit of battle rhythm. But it's late in the season, so that chemistry, you got to get playoff chemistry early. And as we starting to see, it's not as easy to integrate superstars. Look what Dallas is going through. So I'll be itching to see how Chris and them gel together when they start facing more of a tougher schedule.
Yep. Yeah. Because I mean, this is basically a scrimmage game against the Charlotte Hornets. There's still like a minute left in the game. They're up by 11. KD has 23 points. Devin Booker has 34. But this is why I think they really needed KD. I think Chris Paul he's probably on his last leg. You know what I'm saying? He still can be that point guard to facilitate the offense, but him dropping, 20, 30 points a game, that's probably going to be tough. But just the fact that he can still facilitate, get the ball to KD, something Westbrook couldn't do, get the ball to KD, can really help them win and make a push in the Western Conference.
Yeah.
But I think the biggest thing that, a lot of people are not talking about is that KD not young. KD's injury prone.
Yep.
And when they made that pick to get him, they lost a lot of depth.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to see as you make these playoff runs. That's why I said when they face more rugged competition, they got right now. I'm playing Charlotte. They're playing Chicago. They got Sunday. They got Dallas coming up. Got an off night with OKC. I want to see how they play when they play Sacramento, and then they jump into Golden State and then Milwaukee, because that's gonna be a good stretch.
I think the Suns this is probably their year to come out of the Western Conference. So,
so you got the Suns coming out the Western Conference winning?
Yeah.
Going to the championship.
Yep.
KD gets them over the hump.
Yep.
Ooh.
With no depth on the bench.
Yep. How much depth are you playing in the playoffs? You're going 7 deep, maybe 8 deep in the playoffs. You telling me they don't have 3 bench players on the team?
The only problem I think they're gonna have is KD's gonna get injured. Chris Paul's gonna be injured.
You think so?
Yes.
Every year.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I think if they're fully healthy, let's just say they make it through the playoffs healthy, I think you're right. They go to the championship game.
Mm-hmm.
But it's unlikely Chris Paul's gonna make it through the playoffs. And it's unlikely that Kevin Durant is going to be fully healthy through the playoffs too.
There you go. KD can't play max minutes. He's just coming off an injury. You'd be crazy not to just monitor his time and make sure that he get quality minutes. No, you're not gonna run him. Look what just happened to LeBron. No.
Well,
but he has Chris Paul, who's kind of giving them good minutes, and they can't double team, triple team Durant. They still got Devin Booker out there. They still got Aiden out there. They got other weapons out there. So it ain't like, 20, 25 minutes, he's still productive.
Yeah.
Putting up 20, 25 points.
That's true. Well, you know what? And I think that kind of leads to a topic that we're going to talk about later.
Okay.
Load management. But I want to get to that later when we talk about the Lakers and their injury woes. Well, before we get there, I want your thoughts on Westbrook going to the Clippers. I mean, do we care? Is anybody interested that, one superstar, Westbrook, Russell Westbrook, fashion guru, is going to the Clippers? Nobody cares? Anybody?
I think he's done. I think he's done. I mean,
Go first.
until he changes his attitude about wanting to be the superstar point guard, feeling like he should start. Yeah, he has the pedigree, he has the career to do it, but I don't know. I just feel like he's done until he changes his mentality.
Mm.
He's been on. This is a sixth team in what, 5 years? That's
Six?
a lot.
Yeah, because you got the
Yeah, this is
Wizards, OKC,
yeah.
yeah,
Oklahoma City, Houston, Oklahoma
Wizards,
City, Houston, Wizards, Lakers, Clippers.
yeah, five
That's five. I'm
teams.
sorry, 5 teams.
Yeah,
Five
yeah.
teams.
No,
Oh,
you're right.
Utah. I'm
Oh,
sorry, Utah.
oh, that's right.
Utah.
He never even
Yeah,
played for,
Utah.
but yeah,
Yeah, so that's 6 teams.
yeah, that's
Six
true.
teams in 5 years. I mean, we won't count Utah, but I mean, there's a reason why they traded him.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't think this makes the Clippers better.
Mm. Don, what you think? Does it make the Clippers better?
Yes, it does. And here's why. The Lakers didn't have shooters. Westbrook is going to play every game.
Hmm.
Westbrook is going to play hard every game. When we look at the Clippers is the only team outside of my Golden State Warriors that have a little bit depth at the point guard spot and then forward spot. They need a little bit more at the big man, but if they throw what do we call if you put it at that stretch four, and now you can run a hybrid ways though you can run two power forwards, and now you don't need that center, and now you can stretch the floor because Damon Green and them, that's what they actually gonna do. But I think Westbrook pushes that ball, and I think they got enough shooters with George. They got Leonard, and they got Morris, and also you got Paul, and you got man. They got that's a lot of firepower, and Covington. That's a lot of shooters on one floor. And now Westbrook can do what he do, which is push the ball, and now they can run to the corners, they can run to their hot spots. And I mean, you seeing they're putting up points, but I think they just need to play, get a little bit more defensively sound, and that's the part that's missing.
But we talked about injuries with Phoenix. Clippers have the same injury issues. Uh, Kawhi Leonard is he seems like he's on vacations every other day. He doesn't want to play, and Paul George has an injury history. So what good are they if they don't play?
Well,
So how does Westbrook make them better?
so my answer to this is that he does make them better, but relatively better. I mean, I think you're right, Phil. Paul George and Kawhi Leonard's injury history and load management approach hurts the Clippers. However,
Yeah.
Russell is going to play every game. And if you give him a ball, he's going to shoot every shot. He doesn't care. He doesn't. There's no injury problem with him. So I think that helps them because they got a dog that's out there. A broke leg dog, but dog. He coming after you. But I mean, he can barely move. You know what I mean? He can't. He can barely shoot the ball, but he gonna
Yeah.
keep firing. So I think that helps him in a sense. But really, do we really think that the Clippers can beat the Denver Nuggets, the Memphis
Nope.
Grizzlies? No, I
Maybe.
don't think. I don't even think they could beat the Sacramento Kings. So we know they can't beat the Phoenix Suns or the Golden State Warriors. So I think they're out the first round anyway. But I think Russell helps them solidify their playoff spot. That's how I see it. So we'll see. We'll see. I mean, I'm sure He's probably going to start. And he's going to play a lot of minutes, and you know, we'll see how he does. I mean,
And
but I
right
mean,
right now they're the best team in LA.
what? I mean, that's
Well,
easy. That ain't hard.
that ain't saying much.
That ain't saying much. I
I
mean,
mean, I mean
compared to who?
the LA Spark are better than Lakers.
Right.
And you know what I mean? I'm just saying.
LeBron gonna come get you. He gonna pull up in his Charles Xavier wheelchair. He gonna come get you.
Hey man, I'm just saying.
Well, I mean, he can. I mean, come roll himself in there. and he bring Mr. Glass with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, come after. I mean, so what do y'all think about that? I mean, LeBron's injured. I mean, that just happens with age. I don't care how good you are. At some point, father time wins. Great job, LeBron. You lasted this long. But father time is going to catch you. And I think he's catching up. Those injuries are coming. I don't care how hard you work out, the fact that you got a chef, you spend $2 million on your body, eventually it will break down. And it's starting to happen. So yeah, I feel for you. But you surrounded yourself with Mr. Glass, with Anthony Davis, who, a 20-something-year-old man in a 40-year-old body. I mean, he gets out of the bed and sprains his ankle.
Yeah.
So
Well, I will say this: Jordan did get injured, so it's he played full season. So I mean, it's just LeBron just unfortunately, it is what it is. He's done too. He's not winning them championship either. But the NBA is gonna find a way to get him in the playoffs.
wow, hey, there you go with the Jordan stuff. I did.
It's
I'm
the
just
truth.
saying, and you're probably too young to remember this, or probably wasn't born when it happened, but he did break his foot. It was his rookie season or the following season. He
The
broke his
following
foot.
season, yeah.
Broke his foot. So he
Okay.
missed 60 something games. And then
Okay.
he can play 82 games. He retired 3 times, but I'm not
But he
going to get
played,
it there.
but he played the full season 9 times.
Yeah.
LeBron only did it one
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. That's true.
He
That's true.
taking
That's a lot
breaks
of
and
games.
that's his form of load management.
He deserves
But
it.
But
but
we
he's
will
not getting.
but we'll
We,
get to
we,
load management.
we get into
We'll
that.
get to load
We'll
management.
get
We'll
to
get
that. We'll
into
get
that.
to that.
We'll get
Yeah.
to that. But first, before we get to load management, hey man, we got to give some props to Dame Dollar. That's
Oh yeah.
71
Yeah.
points he dropped. Yo, he was lighting it up.
13 threes. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
But let's all be honest about this. He got to. He ain't got no help. He the only one there.
Yeah. And did you see the what he had responded saying, a lot of the NBA players saying it's grass is greener on the other side. He's been loyal to Portland and all that. Russell Westbrook switched teams and all that. So
Yeah, I respect I respect that from him. It's real sweet that, he's holding to the franchise and, want to do the right thing by the fans and all of this stuff. But dang, get the hell out of Portland, dude. Go go get you a chip somewhere else with a franchise that can surround you with talent, dude, before it's too late. Go get your chip.
yeah.
If he don't get a chip, he's a walking Charles Barkley story.
Yes. He gonna be sitting there next to Shaq, doing TNT, and Shaq, just like Shaq ribbed Charles
Clowning him.
Barkley, clown him every night. That's gonna be Dame Dollar in a few years.
That's him and Damon.
Yeah. It's gonna be him and Draymond. Draymond gonna be sitting there holding his 4 rings, just like Shaq does Charles right now. It's like, Dave,
Oh
get the hell
man.
out of there. Shaq was in
I
Orlando.
had Kobe to carry me. If
Yeah,
I had Steph Curry to carry me,
Yeah.
exactly. When
Yeah.
Shaq got the hell out of Orlando. He knew he would never win a chip there with Nick Anderson missing free throws in the finals. Got the hell out of there, went to the Lakers and got him some chips. And left there and went to the Heat because he knew Pat Riley was there. So look, look at the coaches that they're giving him in Portland. Dame, get out of there, man. What you doing, yo? It's gonna be too late. You're gonna be
he writing
old.
big checks.
They write big checks, but at some point he's gonna reach an age where he's not productive, and Portland gonna get him out of there. There
So
ain't gonna
you
be no
think Chris
love for him.
you think Chris Paul waited too late?
Chris Paul?
Yeah.
No, I think he got screwed over.
Okay.
Go
He
ahead,
got
pull that thread. Where?
he got screwed over. He was supposed to go to the Lakers.
Thank
Supposed to
Yeah.
you.
be traded from the Hornets to the Lakers. That's
Yeah.
where he wanted to
Yeah.
go. He wanted to play with Kobe. And
Yeah.
since here's the thing a lot of people don't know. At the time, see, timing is everything. And I think Chris Paul made the mistake of asking for that trade or forcing that trade at the wrong time. He did it when the Hornets, the New Orleans Hornets, they were the Hornets at the time. He did it when they had no
Mm.
owner. So the
Mm.
owner was the NBA.
Oh
So David Stern
yeah.
said,
And they
hell no.
pulled it. Yeah, they
Yeah,
pulled it.
he pulled. He said,
Yeah,
hell no. The
yeah,
GM, yeah, he's the GM, but I'm the owner of this team. And he said,
And
hell
yeah,
no.
it had to do with money because if you leave like that, you automatically drive down the price of the team.
Yes, exactly. That's
yeah,
exactly what happened. So Chris Paul kept the value of the Hornets, and he needed to hold that value to sell them. So yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
That was an interesting thing. So yeah, I mean, I felt for Chris Paul because I think he got traded to the Clippers.
yeah.
Once again, you get traded to a franchise that hadn't done anything, and you're
The
asking Chris
Clippers
Paul
was
to.
tough with
They
Blake
were
Griffin in
tough.
them.
They were tough.
Yeah, yeah, but I mean, it,
They were
who was
losing.
it? Vinny Del Negro was the head coach.
Yeah, we had that Blake Griffin. They had what's his name? The center.
Yeah,
Um,
DeAndre. What's his
Yeah,
name?
DeAndre. Yeah, yeah,
and they had Blake Griffin. They had both of them.
Yeah, yeah, that's what he's
yeah,
saying. Yeah, he had both of them.
yeah.
I mean, they had some solid players, but they had Vinny Del Negro as the head coach. He obviously wasn't a good fit for that team, and he didn't take him to the next level. Then they bring in Doc Rivers, and Doc can only do so much.
I understand why they brought in Doc Rivers. Championship pedigree, championship coach.
Yeah, but then at that point, they had the whole scandal with the owner,
Yeah,
and that pretty much caused that team to collapse.
yeah,
So yeah, just bad timing by Chris Paul, and I think Dame Dollar's making a mistake by you know continuing his career in Portland.
yeah.
But that's just my thoughts on it. All right, all right. Now let's get to it. Let's get to it. So, I heard on ESPN, um, Stephen A. Smith was discussing the whole load management thing. And I think that's an interesting topic. A lot of people have been talking about load management and what they can do to correct it and how it's such a travesty to the fans when you pay your hard-earned dollar to go to the game to see a superstar player like I'm about to say Chris Paul, but like Steph Curry. And Steph Curry drives up the cost of the tickets for that game.
Yeah,
And you pay
yeah.
your hard-earned money to go see him, and he's resting. Yeah, it's like, yeah, that's bad for the fans. That's bad for the game. I agree. But in my opinion, that wasn't caused by the players. That's on the NBA. The NBA
Yeah.
added games, not to the 82 games season. They added games to the playoffs. If you remember, I think it was in the late 90s, early 2000s. The first round of the playoffs went from a 5-game series to a 7-game series. So they increased the number of playoff games. So, yes, players are getting exhausted. You can't ask Steph Curry to play 100 games season after season after season. And then he's like, what, in his early 30s now? And you want to play 82 games today? Yeah, maybe if he retires 3 times like Jordan, maybe he can play 82 games, Phil. But,
But but
but,
but
but, but,
He did it
go
nine
ahead,
times.
I'll get back to you.
go
But my point is the NBA is adding on games. And now I think management has gotten worse because now you got the play-in games. So that's more games added to the season. I don't think 82 games is the problem. I think is the problem is the number of games that they added to the playoffs, the postseason is the problem. What's your thoughts?
I don't think I just have a couple questions. I think that's one of the reasons. I don't think that's the main reason. I've truly felt this way about the NBA. Let's keep it real. The owners don't own the NBA, the players do. The
Okay.
NBA is ran by the players union. The NBA contracts are 100% guaranteed.
Okay.
So the players are saying, right? I'm gonna get my money regardless if I play or not.
Okay.
So just look at, in comparison to the NFL, right?
Okay.
NFL isn't and then the NFL isn't doing that. You're injured, you can't play, you get 25% of your salary. NBA player gets hurt, they get 100% of their salary. Look it up. The
I,
NBA contracts are guaranteed. So the
I
players
my
so the,
question to
go
you
ahead.
is how long have those contracts been guaranteed? They've been
Uh
guaranteed for a long time. They were guaranteed before this load management thing became a problem.
yeah,
I don't
but
think
but the
that I
but the
don't think that's the
salaries
cause
are
of it.
up. The salaries are up.
Okay, the
The,
salaries in the NBA were pretty high
the
years
Kevin
ago.
Dur- the Kevin Durant's, the Kawhi Leonard's, the LeBron James making
Hmm.
45, 50, $60 million a year
Yeah,
can say, hey, I paved the way and I played X amount of seasons. Why do I need to play 82 games anymore? Kawhi Leonard, you notice after that championship game, he won it. I mean, after he won the finals, he won the championship. All of a sudden, he got his money. He's like, I don't want to play. What do I need to play all these games for? Right? He's not hurt. Look at look
I,
at
I,
look at the message. The NBA is not saying anything about it.
but look, Phil, I think you're not seeing what's happened in the past. I'll give you an
Okay,
example.
okay,
I'll
okay.
give you an example, and then I'll let you talk, Don. I remember um, Tim Duncan
Mhm.
in his later in his career when he was with the Spurs. The Spurs used to rest him a lot, and they used to put on. I remember Greg Popovich put on the thing. He put old. That's what he put down as his injury, old,
After
and he
70
rested.
games, though, Marvin. After 70 games.
No, Phil, you're missing the point. When they get to a certain age, their body starts to break down. The NBA season is hard on them, and you're talking about cats are in their 30s now. Like John Morant don't take games off. He doesn't do load management because he's in his 20s.
Okay.
But when these guys get to their 30s, like LeBron, he should be doing load management, especially when he had the 11 straight appearances in the NBA Finals. I'll bring that up. But yeah, he should be load management. He's playing a lot of games.
Okay. So my next point is that
Okay.
right? The thing is that if you want to sit out Kawhi Leonard and
Hmm.
all your superstars against like the bad teams, untelevised games on a Wednesday night at 4 o'clock, fine. But this is the thing though, right? When players don't play on televised games,
It
not
hurts.
only it hurts the TV ratings,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. Yeah.
It hurts the the to go see a game, right? If
Right.
Brad, like for example, Bradley Bill, he decides, hey, I'm not playing today,
Yeah.
and they're on a highly TNT televised game, ratings go down,
Yeah.
or even worse, it ruins the experience when you go see a game. Right, the players have control of the NBA. That's one of the main problems I've had with the NBA, and the NBA is not stepping up saying anything. And what message are you sending right now?
I'll let Don go and I'll respond to you. What you got, Don?
y'all two, a lot of good points, but y'all didn't put the full story together. So let me go ahead and put it together for you.
Mm,
Okay,
So right now, load management is an issue. And Marvin pulled the first thread was it wasn't the issue till it was the issue. Pop the one that started it
Pop is the one
because
that started it. Yes.
Pop the one that started it. Nobody said nothing about it. And matter of fact, Pop is the one that injured Kawhi Leonard because he
Hmm.
had him running backwards
Yep.
because he thought that was a remedy. So him treating Kawhi Leonard bad actually almost destroyed that young man's career. So I give Kawhi Leonard a pass on that one because he destroyed that man's career.
He did. He had a knee injury and they rushed him back. And he never forgave the Spurs organization and medical staff for that because it re-aggravated his injury. And
let's not
that's
front that
why.
this is let's not pretend this has never happened before, right?
Hold
It's
on,
a
hold
lot
on,
of
hold on, hold on, hold on, hold
let's
on.
not pretend this
Hold
has
on.
never
Hey,
happened.
hey, hold on. I'll let you talk. Hold on. Let me finish.
Okay, okay, go
Finish my
ahead,
story.
go
Let me
ahead,
finish my
go
story. Let me finish. Let
ahead.
me finish. Hey, Marv, hit the mute button on. Hey, so with the load management, I think that you brought up a good point, Phil. Yeah, the televised games. And now you're almost looking at where NBA players they could probably be making with this new TV deal if it goes to because Amazon Prime is getting theirs. You got NBA TV, you got the major TV deals, and also now you got Yahoo, not Yahoo, YouTube that's actually going to do their point.
I think Yahoo is getting in too. I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yahoo, but
Yeah,
Yahoo already got it, but I think YouTube is going to start televising some games as well. So that exclusive deal is going to get larger and larger. So load management, and now you're talking about compensation. So that is a good point as far as the NBA and the NFL and the percentages. And I don't think it's fair for superstars to sit out for away games and then they play the home games Because I think, yeah, Marv, you should do some load management. I think you should be smart about it.
Yeah.
Because you should not push an injury if you know a person, one of your players is hurting. No, I shouldn't push it. But I shouldn't push it for a home game because my home games is where I make the most money. One, I'm making off the television deal, and two, I'm making because I'm putting hot butts in seats. So if I'm going to sit somebody, I should be able to sit somebody more at my home games as opposed to on the road.
Mm.
Because now that's a big, you take off, you got a family that took off and everything like that, and now they not going to see LeBron because the Washington Wizards. I mean, like right now, nobody's going to see the Wizards. They're a
Right.
terrible team. But guess what? If the Wizards was playing, the Lakers, hey, and I can get
Hey,
that floor seat, hey,
hey.
that now,
That,
but now LeBron's like, man, the Wizards, they garbage. I can sit out this game. Now it's a double negative.
right.
And I just spent all this money for a floor seat just to watch LeBron in street clothes.
Was so let me make this point before you go on, Don. Let's get to the heart of what load management is. Load management is not just you just take off games whenever you feel like it. No, they have like a schedule of when they do load management. Like when they see back-to-back games. Obviously, if there's an injury and they're trying to work the guy back in or they're trying to get him fully healthy, they load manage. But I don't think it's I hadn't seen a case where it was just a guy who's just like, you know what? Yeah, I just want to take the day off. I think it's more scheduled. They talk about the schedule of it, and then they talk about like older players giving them more time, giving them days off during the week. Like they don't do shoot arounds, like depending on the age of the player. And like Don said, yeah, I remember this was really done by the Spurs with Tim Duncan, and I'll never forget that. It was on the sheet. Oh, that's the injury.
Yeah, yeah.
But
I
it,
remember that.
yeah, I remember that, but it makes sense. And my solution to it all is, and then I get your solution is to not give them guaranteed contracts and pay them by the game. I mean, you could do that, but to me, they're professionals, and I think they play. I mean, I see John Morant play. There are guys that play 82 games, but I think the solution is instead of reducing the season, reduce the playoffs. I don't need to see a 7 game series of the Charlotte Hornets and the Milwaukee Bucks. Why do we need 7 games of that foolishness? The Bucks are gonna win this in 4. Just give me 3 games of the Bucks and the Hornets, so the Bucks can win 2 games and end it.
So first round 3 games.
Yes, 3 games. That's all you
Second
need.
round what?
It was second round 5, and give me
And then
7 in the conference final and
Hey,
7 in the finals.
I
so
got
why
one
not
better.
just
Hold on. I got
why not just go back to 18 format then?
no, I got one better. Because I don't like the 3 game format, and I don't like a wishing upon a star. You can be a last place team, and now you get to swing and you get a puncher's chance. If you
Yeah,
are a
that they can
first
get
place,
upset.
if
Yeah.
you are a first place team, you get a bye.
No, you are getting the bye. You're playing the Charlotte Hornets.
No,
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 but there
no,
have been 8-1 upsets. There
no.
have been
They
eight
they
one
there
upsets.
been 8-1 upsets, and that's
Yeah,
why they did it to the 7. No,
yeah.
I think
But to me,
don't reduce it, but I think you should get a bye.
well, look,
They do it in the NFL.
and no, and
They're getting the bye right now, right? Wait a minute, they're getting the
no,
bye right now.
no, they
No,
don't.
are they?
They're getting a bye because they're playing the worst team in the
No, no, no,
in the
no, no, no. They're
conference.
getting the bye. They're getting the bye because they're doing the playing games first.
Yeah, but that get rid of that too. That's stupid.
Okay,
Why do
okay.
we why do we need a play-in game? They got 82 games to decide who makes the
I
playoffs.
disagree. What they
Because
why?
teams are winning 45 games and getting lottery
No,
picks.
no, no. I got one better. It's the Jerry Jones syndrome. The
Yes.
NBA wants to sell hope to the
No.
small market teams.
No. No. I don't believe it's that. No. They trying to add more games. Just like the NFL added a
It's
17
hope.
game season. It ain't hope. They're trying to get more games for more content to get more TV money. The more games you create, the more money you make. That's how it works. But at the same time, the human body can only last for so long. We've seen it in the NFL, the 17 game season. Eventually, there's going to be load management with that too.
So why not just give the top two teams buys and then have 3 through 10 play it out in 5 game series instead of three. Three is just way too well. You could probably do three in the first round. If you
So
gave let's say for example in the East, just for laughs and giggles, you got Milwaukee and who's the second place team? Boston, right?
Boston, yeah.
Give them buys in the first round, and then have the third place team play the best team in a 3 game series.
Well,
Yeah,
why do 10 teams need to make it?
Because there were
because
teams that
it
were
keeps the
winning
market
40.
straight.
There were teams that were winning 45 games, getting lottery picks in the first round.
So
It's
the
different for basketball.
the reason they did the play-in games is to stop tanking. That was the whole point of the playoff, the play-in game, to give to sell hope, like Don said, but to sell hope, a false hope, because that ninth and 10th team ain't gonna do nothing in the playoffs, man.
But
It's bad. It's bad enough everybody makes the damn playoffs anyway. I
I
mean,
mean, a lot of teams will
what?
tank. Give the worst
Well, who
team should get
cares?
the worst team should get the number one pick.
Yeah, but no, the problem was in the past, a team that was in ninth place started trading off their players so they can move all the way down to the sixth seed, 16th. They wanted to be the worst team to get the top player in the draft.
But don't trades have to be approved by the NBA anyway?
Yeah, they
But still, so that's what the NBA that's what the NBA allowing those trades. If you drop the
but
draft
if you meet
lottery,
the requirements, why would the NBA stop it? You can sue them. If you meet the requirements to trade, the NBA really can't stop you. The only reason they stopped the Chris Paul trade is because the NBA was the owner of the team.
okay,
So
okay,
my point is, go back to the 8 teams in the playoffs. Why do we need a play-in game? You just adding 2 games to the season when they
because
already complaining 82 is too many.
part of it
I like
is
to play in.
part
I
of
hate
well
the
part
play-in.
of part of it. The play-in is it's an extra game for lower city teams to get still revenue to have playoffs to get incentives to, you know, you had back in the day you had eighth place team having either a tiebreaker, same record as a ninth and tenth best team. So that was the
But you got tiebreakers already in place.
yeah. But how are you determining those tiebreakers?
You
It was too
already got
complicated.
you already got no, it ain't too complicated. You beat them 2 times during the season, 2, 3 times during the season, you're in. Or you
I,
beat them, you got a better conference record or division record, you in.
but
It
I
ain't that
do agree.
complicated.
I do think they should get rid of the play-in game because the play-in game has pretty much tampered the way conferences are now. Right, you
Yeah,
have the Atlantic Conference, Pacific Conference, all that. That's no.
but
They get.
but
I do think they should get rid of that.
but this is my point, Phil. Why do you need an extra game to determine who goes to the playoffs when you already have 82 of them to determine who makes the playoffs?
That's true. Or make the NBA season 75 games.
No, just get rid of the damn playing game and reduce the first round of playoff games. You got 82 games to see your team play.
I
Why
mean, part of
you talk about the small market losing games? You know what I mean? Now you're going to take 7 games away from them in the regular
Marv,
season.
Marv, you can't take the play-in game away because it's a marketing strategy. So the
Yes.
marketing strategy does work as far as
Well,
keeping it gives the small market teams a puncher's chance. But I
well,
don't think that you should have a puncher's chance against the number one and number two team that's in the conference. I think that you should, the number one and number two team, they should get buys and they should not be subjected to the puncher's chance. I think
I
if you're number three team and below, then you run that's the first round, and you run the first round with the lower seed
but
running that way.
just think of it
that
this way,
doesn't change
Marvin. If
anything.
they gave the yeah, it does. I see what he's saying now. If they gave the 1 and 2 first round buys, and then the third place team plays the 10th best team in the play-in, let's say if that 10th best team beats the third place team, right? In a 2 game series, 3 game series.
Okay.
But the first place team still has an advantage. Why? Because they had the buy. They
No,
still had a huh?
no,
They had a the
buys
buy.
don't help you in basketball. Buys
Yes, it
help you in
does.
It
football.
does.
Buys
It
help you
does.
because It helps your team. It helps you get healthy, and
Yeah,
and it makes everyone else have to fight.
yeah.
What's some of the biggest complaints when a team like I'm trying to remember a situation where one team had played 7 games in their playoff game, and the other team that they had to face next swept their opponent and had to sit and wait for the other team to finish their 7 game series. And when they played them, they were rusty. It like
That's called
Who,
poor management.
but
who's saying that? The players or the media?
the players,
I
Players
don't know.
not
I
gonna
think
say
the
that.
players are. I don't
I've
know
heard
because
it,
they appreciate the rest. They appreciate the
but
rest.
the way I see it, look, to me, I don't understand. You're not one of the 8 best teams in the conference. Why the hell do you get another shot to make the playoffs?
Okay,
Why does
so
the
how
ninth and
should
10th
how should they
deserve?
restructure the playoff structure in your opinion?
How should they restructure it? You go
Yeah.
back to the 8 teams that make the playoffs. You had 82 games to make the playoffs. Why do you get an extra game to make the playoffs?
Because the fans said that they didn't like the system.
No,
When they how the fans say
I
they
don't think
didn't
the
like it.
fans. I
Oh,
don't
yes,
think the
they.
fans
Hold
said it
on.
either.
Let
I
me tell you.
it's television rights. It's money.
No, it's bigger than that. It's the ratings. The ratings have been huge since the play-in.
Okay,
Yes,
that's
I
still
doubt
TV
it.
rights. That's
I
no. It has. It has. It
I
it
has.
still has TV.
It has.
Yes,
I
Yeah. Yeah. It
I
has.
I
It
told
has.
y'all why they've created the playing games. The NBA told you why they created the playing games.
yes, but at the
Th-
same time,
th-
they changed it. They changed it because it was not working.
No,
That's the reason that you change
no,
it.
no. They created the playing game to stop tanking, to stop teams from tanking, to make it in to incentivize teams to continue fighting to make the playoffs.
Yes, it's incentive. So they making money while they're doing it.
No, this to stop them from tanking. That's the whole point of it, to stop teams from tanking. That was their solution. The
Yeah,
the
and not
the
only that,
original.
I mean, but that's what the draft lottery's for.
but not only am I going to stop you from tanking, guess what? I'm gonna make you fight while you're not tanking. So guess what? You're
Well,
not going to tank, and guess what? You're
hey,
going to have to play a series.
well, you know what? Well, enjoy load management. I mean, don't complain about load management. If you want all of these stupid games, the unnecessary games to be added for no reason in the postseason, well, no wonder why nobody's competing in the regular season because hey, we the 8th seed. We can fall down to the 10th seed and still make the postseason. So why would I care about that?
That's
You
true
have
too.
diluted the 82 games. So now they don't even have to care. Look, there's 15 teams in each conference. 10 of them make the playoffs, or at
That's
least play
true.
in the play-in.
That's
So
true.
you've diluted it.
There's a need for playing games because it creates that market for the it creates revenue for the smaller market and gives them
I
hope.
I do think
That was a
playing
genius
game
strategy.
the playing game dilutes the NBA playoffs. I think it
It
dilutes it.
does.
No, it
It
doesn't.
I think
does.
It
it,
doesn't.
I
I
think it do
disagree.
yeah, I think it dilutes
It,
the playoff
so
games. It's,
to,
it's sending a message to say,
No, it
hey,
doesn't.
it's a participation award for the playing game.
No,
For the
it,
ninth
it,
and not for the ninth and 15th participation award.
so once again, y'all not paying attention, and I applaud the NBA for growing with the times. The NBA did a great job of growing with the times and
What
understanding
times?
growing with the times and understanding what the fans wanted. The fans wanted to see more
no,
games. Fans wanted their teams to have a chance. The fans did not want to see load management and they did not want to see tanking. So the quickest way to get rid of some of that stuff and also
no,
the owners will
Do you know
stop
how
tanking if they can create revenue.
Don, do you know how to show more games to the fans? Put it on regular TV.
no.
Stop showing just Christmas and New Year's games on TNT. Make your games open and available outside of the NBA app that you have to pay for per season.
No, I mean it's like the NFL. I mean, if you're in the Washington D.C. market, you're gonna get the Wizards, and then on TNT
Thank you.
you're gonna get the broadcast game, and ESPN does their thing. So you get to watch those for free. And if you pay a little bit more for cable, you can watch NBA TV, and they'll show you a game. So
Facts.
Yeah.
you will see the games. Look, the issue is not there ain't enough games. There's way more games. They got enough games, and the NBA added more games. And to me, this has created the load management problem.
No,
So
it didn't.
it so look. look, if you saying the fans wanted playing games, because obviously you talk about yourself, because I damn sure didn't want a playing game. I don't need it. They could have kept that, and they could have kept the first round to a 3 or 5 game series, because it was once that, and the NBA was great with it. They can go revert back to that. But if you want to dilute it and add more of those games, well, hey, you got to accept load management.
So you feel like they're ruining the fan experience?
Yes, because now,
Okay.
because the fans are complaining about the regular season. They go to the game, they pay all this money, $400, to bring their whole family to go see LeBron play, and LeBron taking the game off because he got a back to back. He's old, he's tired, and he's like, "What? Why play this 82 game season when I got a playing game coming up?" And then I got to
So
play a 7 game series in the first round, in the second, and then in the conference final. Then,
that
well,
he'll
he ain't
lose
going.
in the first round. He
Yeah,
won't go that
he
far.
won't go that far. But Steph Curry, a bad example with LeBron. Steph Curry,
Michael Jordan would have won. Would have won.
right, and
You
he
know.
would have retired. But so, but
Yeah.
yeah, man. Look, my solution is get rid of the playing games, first round first, and just have a 5 game series. I get you, Phil. Reduce the regular season to 75 games. Keep the play-in game and 7 game series for every playoff game. And Don just said leave everything the way it is and just tell them to stop load managing.
Facts.
I doubt that'll work. But
Yeah,
anyway,
that'll work too.
Tough
I think
enough, Buttercup.
the
Tough
owners
enough.
have created this problem, and so deal with it. All right, let's move on to the NFL, man. All right, let's talk about Derek Carr on his world tour. Now he's going to the combine. He's going to meet with the Saints and the Jets. And now I'm hearing that the Carolina Panthers are interested in him, which I find interesting because the Panthers, I think, have the 9th overall pick. Obviously, they're
Yeah.
going to take a quarterback. How you going to bring in Derek Carr, give him 35 million for 3 4 years, and draft a quarterback? So maybe they're
They're not
not
gonna draft the
drafting a
quarterback.
quarterback.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think they're weighing their options right now, and also you also want to raise the stock. So it's it's one of those chess games that's actually going on between the owners. Uh, there are a lot of people that's in draft positions, so everybody wants to see who's in you know desire desperation because nobody knows what's going to come out of this draft. It's going to be interesting to see what players and the players that perform is going to draft. I mean, they're going to drive how people are playing risky. I mean, one thing, your guy Peyton, Sean Payton, he said, if you're drafting in the top 5, top 10, you should stick to big,
Prototypical quarterbacks. Yep.
yeah, strong quarterback, big
Yeah.
body. You should not be risque with that pick, and you should pick
Yeah.
top of the board, regardless of position. You should pick the number one player
Yep.
because
Yep.
that's what you
Yeah.
should do. So I think a lot of these owners are going back to that old strategy, but then you got that new wave of you got a quarterback whisperer and you got an offensive, juggernaut, of designing this, and now you got to ask yourself, can I grab a guy and can he fit or do I build around him? So there's a lot of things in Carr. I really want to see how he plays that market. He owns it, and the contract that they give him right now, as bad as it might be, it's not gonna be that bad because the market's about to jump up. I'll pause.
Mm.
What do you think,
Uh,
Phil?
well,
Where's Carr going to end up?
this goes back to what I just said a couple of minutes ago. Some of these small market teams, it's hard to get big free agents there. Aaron Rodgers is not going to a place like the Saints or Carolina. So it's either you got to swing and pay big for like players like Derek Carr, who the risk of him getting you over the hump winning the championship is somewhat low on a good team, but on a bad team, first round of the playoffs, second round of the playoffs may be good enough for them. So I digress to say I think he should probably go to the Jets.
I believe that he wants to go to the Jets.
Okay.
So take a look at it from this
He
this
wants to
point of view.
go, but the Jets got too much.
well, look at it from this point of view. This is what I think is happening. I think the Saints want it. I think the Saints desperately want it, and the Saints.
Marvelous does it.
I don't. I don't. But the Saints have already made an offer. No,
Oh,
Saints
they
made a
did. Okay,
they made an
I didn't know.
offer. No, and I'm talking about when he was with the Raiders. The Saints tried to trade
Okay,
for him, and
okay,
Derek Carr has a no trade clause,
okay.
and he exercised it. So why he exercised, I'm not quite sure. Maybe it was the trade compensation that he didn't like going to the Raiders because it was going to make the Saints worse than they already are, and he
Yeah,
was going to join a team that loses trade compensation.
they probably
Or
stick it to the Raiders, saying, "Hey, don't
yeah,
trade me.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah, but
the way you treated me. I'm not letting you get
but
something out of it." Yeah,
maybe, or it could have been he just don't want to play for the Saints. You probably look at the roster and like, yeah, I don't want to play with them.
I don't think if
Uh,
he didn't want to play with the Saints, he went to interview with him twice now.
But hang on, I'm trying to get to that. So it was like, I don't want to play for the Saints. That could be it because now he's visited the Jets, and I think we all know the Jets are sitting waiting on Aaron Rodgers to make a decision. And
they're
Aaron
not waiting on
Rodgers,
Aaron Rodgers.
they all waiting on Aaron Rodgers because
No, they're
Yeah,
not. No, they're
I
not.
think they're waiting on Aaron
they
Rodgers.
waiting on Aaron Rodgers
They're waiting
because
on his answer.
because it's already been reported that Carr really wants to be in New York. But the
Okay, okay.
Jets, but the Jets don't necessarily
Look,
want him,
Marv,
and
look
so
at the
they're
whole.
waiting on Aaron. Aaron Rodgers is the first domino, and so whatever he decides to
He is
do,
not the first dom. He's
if
not
he
the first dom.
decides, if he decides to stay in Green Bay, I think Carr goes to the Jets. The Saints are left out in the cold.
You really think
Wrong.
Green Bay will take Aaron Rodgers back?
They have no choice.
Uh, they,
He's the only thing that's going to sell, and he's the only one that wants to go there. But let me tell you about the first chess piece that needs to happen, and I don't know why y'all didn't bring it because you see me wearing the daggone hat every time
okay.
it's
What?
Lamar. We got
Why?
to see what franchise tag is thrown on him because I'm gonna tell you if Baltimore gets stupid and try to put that small tag on him, I see the Jets saying I'll give you 2 draft picks. I'll give
But
you 2 first rounders and I'm out.
I think we've talked about this. I think with Lamar is saying it's either you pay me what I want or I'm not paying.
But the Jets will pay him. See, that's what I'm saying.
I think
But I think it's up
I
to
don't think it
Baltimore to trade
matters.
him.
I don't think
Yeah,
it matters because even if
The, the, the,
Baltimore,
the Baltimore won't match whatever the Jets come out their
why
pocket
not?
with.
Why not? Why not? They can match it. If the Jets come out of their pocket,
but you said
Baltimore's
it. You said it
Bal-
last week. Who else is Baltimore going to go get
who they gonna go
if
get?
they let Lamar go?
No,
It's
hang
about
on,
to
hang
be
on.
non-exclusive.
Yeah, if they put a tag on him, the Ravens have the option to match it. And
And I don't think
so
Lamar wants to go to the Jets
hang
anyway.
on, man. Hang on. So they to me, this is about market value. They're debating about market value. And they're telling you you're not valued that high because Deshaun Watson got a dumb contract. And they're saying nobody else is going to pay you that. Because they feel I think the owners are colluding. And so if there's another team that's willing to pay him this, then the Ravens are like, okay, fine, we'll pay you. We didn't think anybody else was stupid enough to do another Deshaun Watson deal. So I think the franchise tag might be the best thing for the Ravens because they're at an
What
impasse right
tag?
now.
What type of
So
tag,
you
Marvin?
so you think the owners are colluding to try to drive the price down?
Yes, they hate the Deshaun Watson deal.
Facts.
They hate it. They hate
Okay.
it. Not, they felt like that blew up the quarterback market. And
And
so
also, and also, I think that the players didn't help themselves because as poorly as he played,
yeah,
Russ should have asked for more money.
Who?
well, Russ uh
Oh,
Russell
Russell
Wilson.
Wilson.
Cause he tried to
Oh.
reset the market
Yeah.
with
Well,
that trash contract that
But the thing is, I think teams will pay Lamar what he wants.
I think, and if that's the case, then the Ravens have the option to match it.
I
so,
mean,
so it becomes a marketing strategy. It
I don't
becomes
think they're waiting on Lamar though. I think it's on Aaron Rodgers. I don't think it's Lamar. I
they
don't think
are
they're
waiting
waiting
on
on Lamar.
Lamar. They waiting on Lamar because he's younger and there's more years. Aaron Rodgers is
uh,
going to give you. Aaron Rodgers gives you how many years?
I disagree.
Yeah,
How
but
many? How many?
Aaron Rodgers
How many
gets you to the
years?
Super Bowl. Aaron
Lamar
Rodgers
get
gets you to
Lamar
the Super
gets you
Bowl.
to a Super Bowl with that roster that they have right there, and they
I
only got
don't
to give up 2 draft picks.
I don't think the
Stop
Jets are
playing.
interested in him. The
They
Jets
are interested in him.
I
Are you?
I
I
don't
Are
think that.
y'all? Are y'all
I
not? Are
don't
y'all
think the
not?
Jet. There's only maybe. I think Miami's the only team interested. Miami.
I think the whole league that needs a quarterback is
They're not
interested
interested in
in
Lamar.
Lamar.
They're
You
not
got to be
interested in
kidding
Lamar.
me. So,
I,
okay, how many
I,
teams are
I,
in the NFL right
I
now?
think no. Look, I'm just making a point about the Jets. It is well known the Jets want Aaron Rodgers so much
Yeah.
so that they've met with Derek Carr. Derek Carr
Yes.
is really interested in playing New York, and just like just hang on for a minute. We'll be good. We'll get right back to you because they're waiting on Aaron Rodgers' decision.
And Aaron Rodgers knows this.
Yes, I think he does.
And Aaron Rodgers may be trying to reset. Hey, you want me? How much you gonna pay me?
I hear you, Don. I think there are teams interested in Lamar Jackson. I just don't think the Jets are seriously interested in it.
Yes, they are. The Jets are going to exercise whatever the best option that they have because there's two things that they can bring. There's two things. So one thing that they don't want, and this is a part that nobody's been telling. I mean, y'all been talking about it, but nobody's gonna pull a thread on it. I'm gonna pull a thread on it. Aaron Rodgers is not a good teammate. He's not good for
No,
that locker room at all.
No, he's
He's
not. He's not.
terrible.
no. He
He's
probably
terrible.
a bad
He's
fit for New
terrible.
York
He's
too.
horrible. And that New York media is as tough as he think he is. You're a tough guy out in Green Bay. You're a tough
Yeah,
guy
Yeah,
out there in
yeah,
Green Bay. You
yeah,
go
yeah,
to
yeah.
you go to that NY with that crap, and they're gonna take your country bunk and they're gonna roll you up.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's true.
You
Nobody.
playing drama every year. Hey, dude, hey, they're gonna have the police escort you to and from every daggone game. New
But guess
York is
what?
Yeah.
not that town, man.
But guess what? The Jets don't care.
Yes,
They
they
want
do
Aaron
care.
Rodgers. They
just,
want Aaron Rodgers.
just don't care.
Listen,
They're willing
listen.
to pay.
Jets
They're willing
Don't
to
don't
don't
pay.
get
care.
caught with the art of misdirection. I'm telling y'all right
They're
now.
willing to. They're willing to pay for Aaron Rodgers.
They
They're willing
are
to
They're willing
pay.
waiting
to
for
pay for
Aaron
Aaron
Rodgers.
Rodgers, and they also willing to pay for Lamar at the same
I'm
time. They want to
sure.
see
No,
what the Ravens
I
gonna
don't.
do. They're
I
gonna
don't think so.
exercise they're gonna
I done.
exercise all their
I'm
options.
sure. But
They don't
I'm
value. They
telling
don't
you,
value Lamar like they value Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron
You gotta be
Rodgers
kidding me.
on there.
How many years does Aaron have? Aaron has
Look,
3 years left in him.
look.
3.
Ain't nobody saying
How many years does
Lamar.
Lamar
Nobody's
has?
saying Lamar is bad. We're
Yeah,
just
nobody
telling you
said
what
Lamar.
we're just saying with the Jets. The Jets have made it known they want
Yes.
Aaron Rodgers.
Yes,
And in fact,
they
and
made
in
it known that
fact,
they will give up 2 draft
and
picks
in
for
fact,
Lamar.
and in fact, but this is the thing why I know they want Aaron Rodgers because they got their old offensive coordinator
Yes,
and
they made it
quarterbacks
known.
coach.
Yeah,
Yeah, they got his own
this is not
coaching.
debatable. They
That didn't
want Aaron
work. That
Rodgers.
didn't work in Dallas when. Oh, come on, man. Stop, man.
It's already out there. Adam Schefter has already said it. The
Adam's been
Jets.
wrong many times, man. You talking about Adam, the guy that picks out all the draft picks that's supposed to be the greatest quarterbacks ever?
No,
Stop it.
That's Mel
That's
Kiper.
Mel Kiper. That's Mel
That's
Kiper.
Mel Kiper.
Adam too.
No, he just reports what's out there.
They got his old coach there, Don.
Yeah. You taking it personal, like we saying Lamar's bad. No, just telling you what the
No,
Jets want.
I'm telling you that my fault. Y'all not being open minded about. I'm gonna weigh all my options. I'm gonna tell you what I want. Also gonna tell you what I don't want. Same thing with the Bears are doing with the fielder right now. Their #1 draft pick.
All right. So what happens with Lamar? Y'all gonna resign him or not?
I told you the next big move if y'all was paying attention, and I'm gonna say it. Since everybody calmed down, they're waiting to see what tag they throw on him.
And
Because
then
if they throw that weak tag on him, and the team is able to snatch him up, because the way that you throw the tag on him is going to dictate that you're
so
going to be
what
willing to
tag
pay the
what
league.
tag do they put on him?
I don't. They can put a tag on him all they want. I don't see him playing with that tag.
Yeah, regardless, but
I didn't say he's playing with the tag.
nobody's
I
saying he's
said the
playing with him.
tag is going to drive the discussion,
Yeah.
and that's going to show you their mindset.
35 million for the tag. That's
But
driving the marketer.
no,
What type of tag?
yeah,
Phil, since you know everything, go, Phil. What type of tag would you throw on him? No, Marv. Let Phil tell me. Phil, what type of tag would you throw on Lamar?
I've said this over and over and over again. You either pay Lamar or you
What
seek
tag?
trade.
No, ask the question. What tag are you going to throw on Lamar? Because there's 2 types of tags.
I mean, neither one. He's not gonna play.
You have to throw a tag.
It's not about him
All
playing.
right, Marv. He
It
don't
just
want to have discussion. Hey, Marv, what type of tag would you throw on him, Marv?
What is it? Is the transition tag, and what's the other one?
The exclusive and non-exclusive.
Non-exclusive and exclusive. I'll put the
Now the non-exclusive means that a team can come and give you 2 draft picks
yeah.
and steal them, and look, 2 draft picks and steal them.
No, but you can still match it.
And they can
I'll
talk.
put
Yeah,
exclusive.
they can
I'll put
match, but also
exclusive.
they can match. They have to match
But-
that money.
but it changes then that I think
But
they're
if you
fine
put
with that.
non-exclusive, that means that the Ravens still hold the negotiation, and Lamar cannot go out and shop
Yeah, they're
himself.
not exclusive. But I think they can use either one because it extends it out to June.
No, they can't use either one
Yeah, they can.
because you run the risk of somebody punking you with that punk button and saying, "I'm gonna give you the draft picks and I'm gonna pay him that money."
Yeah,
And
but
now,
they could
and now,
That's business though,
but you
dog.
can
That's
still
business.
match it. But what they can do, what another team can do to force you, I don't think the Ravens are in any salary cap problem, but
no, no, pull that thread. They gonna
they could
force you.
they could force you not to match it because they can put it at a number that puts you beyond the salary cap and force you to get rid of the players to sign him, or you you,
Thank you,
you blow your salary cap to sign
thank you,
him.
Marvin.
They
Thank
could
you
do
for
that.
pulling
I
that out.
Yeah, I know they could do that. But
And I think
my,
that the
my
Jets
point
have
is
enough assets to do it.
But my point is, he's going to get tagged. He's going to get tagged because the negotiations have stalled, and they're only going to tag him. They extend out the negotiations. They
They're gonna
have to
tag.
tag
They
him.
had yeah, but you have to see what tag. And right
Yeah,
now, I don't trust Baltimore to make a good decision. If it was me, I'm doing non-exclusive
yeah,
because
I can do
now that means
non-exclusive.
Lamar, you cannot shop yourself and you can only talk to me.
Yeah, yeah, I get you. The only reason I say it didn't matter because I think part of their strategy is to figure out what his market value is. So that's probably why they would go non-exclusive. But I think if you go non-exclusive, then that's real disrespectful to Lamar. He might like, I don't care what you do now. I ain't playing for y'all. Y'all think I'm a non-exclusive franchise tag on me? Hell no. I ain't never coming back.
I think right now the teams are waiting to see what type of tag that they throw on
Yeah,
Lamar because that's going to drive the market. I think everybody, yes, Brett Favre, he's a good asset, but look how much you have to give up to get him. I just
Aaron
think that
Rodgers.
juice is Aaron
he
Rodgers. Yeah,
did say
my
Brett
bad.
Favre.
Yeah, my fault. Because the crazy part is if he go to the Jets, it's the same thing.
What is it? The early 2000s? What is he talking
Yeah,
about?
guess what? You got an old man leaving the team thinking he going, do that. He's not good for that locker room, and there's no guarantee.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. I don't.
I agree. I agree.
He's
They
He's
got
got a
not
a
good
good at
team.
working with young talent,
No,
yeah,
and
they got a
that's what
lot of
they
they
have.
got a
eh,
lot of young
I,
talent.
nobody's arguing with you on that. I don't think he's a good fit for the Jets. I'm just telling you what the Jets want.
Yeah, they
So
want Aaron Rodgers.
they want Aaron Rodgers. Anyway, let's move on. Let's talk about the Bears and that first overall pick. I've been hearing some talk about. I don't know. I don't know if the Bears GM or owner is listening to the show, but obviously, you know, they taking what I said and considering trading that first overall pick and getting some more draft picks.
I
Smart
said the
move
same
or
thing.
dumb move? Yeah, you just repeated
It's
what I said.
a great move, but I take it a step further. I think that you become to get that far in the in the draft pick. That means that you're a terrible team. I think they should make two moves in order to get multiple picks.
Mm.
Because you're weak at you're weak at more than one spot. One player is not going to make you, you know, get you right back where you need to be. You need to
Yeah,
build the roster.
So
And the only
yeah.
way you're gonna get a roster built like that is they're gonna have to trade down not once. They're gonna have to trade down twice. And I think that's what they're gonna do.
I don't think they're
so
Because
gonna
let
do
they
me
all
go
that.
so
because they're gonna
so
force somebody to give up heaven and earth to get that one pick.
Yeah,
let me ask you this: if there was a quarterback in the draft like Joe Burrow, like Justin Herbert, would you take a quarterback and trade
So
Justin
so
Fields?
so I'm glad you said that because it's not just and it's not just one quarterback, it's two. So we already know that everybody wants that number one quarterback.
yeah,
Who wants that number two quarterback or that number three quarterback? Because we have already said that right now, the league, as far as top tier quarterbacks, you have the top tier and then you have the no tier. The middle tier is gone.
I
It's
think
well,
there's one.
gone.
It's only one quarterback in this draft that's good. Well, I mean, deserving of a top
I
10 pick, and that's
disagree. I
and
disagree. I'm
then,
gonna tell you why. Because guess what? We get it wrong every year.
I think Will
We get
Levis
it
is a
wrong. We
beast.
get it wrong every year. So
well,
I'm not gonna let you. I'm gonna save you from yourself,
well,
Phil.
Okay,
well.
okay.
I mean, the first overall pick has been panning out every so often. So I think it's like a 50-50 chance with them. But I think the Bears, I don't think they have to make multiple trades. I think like a team like Carolina would be interested, moving from the first to the ninth and tell a Carolina, okay, we'll swap those first round picks and you give me your second and third and your first from next year. and you throw in a defensive lineman to help me get better there too. So
And
there's
guess what?
ways
Yeah, and
Yeah,
then
that's
to
that
true.
stack
ninth
up.
pick,
That's true.
that ninth pick's still valuable too.
It's still valuable.
And guess
Exactly.
what? And then you trade back again.
I wouldn't trade
No,
back
I
again.
wouldn't trade back anymore.
You getting all those picks. I'm not trading back again.
I think if you get all those picks and you still get a top 10 pick, you
Yeah.
you 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 you're golden.
I'm telling you, they're going to get it, and they're going to trade
Stop.
back twice.
So
They're going to do a
you're gonna be
Ozzy.
right.
They're
You're
going to
gonna
do a
be
Ozzy.
you're gonna be right back in notes here if you move down to 13, 14
Yeah, I
somewhere.
wouldn't trade back any
15.
further.
I wouldn't
I
trade back.
disagree, and I can't wait to. And matter of fact,
Man, you
let's
have
go. Hey, we
you've
recorded
been
this
real.
on the first, so I like being right. So let's
Man,
go put
you've
that
been
out there.
disagreeing the
I
whole
mean,
time today's show.
Chicago has got multiple holes, right?
Yeah,
They got multiple players they need.
Thank you.
yeah.
That's why you
So
trade back twice.
But you can get a star player
you get a
at
star
9.
player. They need a tackle. They need a wide receiver.
Yeah, you can
They
get
need everything.
somebody
You get, and
solid
that's
at.
how you get it.
You
They
can
can
get
get a
somebody
tackle at
special
9.
at 9.
That
Yeah.
ninth pick is gonna be gold too.
But you can get another team's second round
Uh,
pick. You can load up.
Unless another team come up and say, "Hey, we give you this pick, our second this year, first next year," something like
And
that. It's got to
we'll tell
be.
you what, hey Phil, and guess what? And depending on how the talent pans out, we don't know. I mean, I'm just
Man,
saying, if the talent pans out that way, and also you got to look at who's still available at that time. There's an opportunity to do that.
you know what? Man, this show is off the rails. Let's go and wrap this show. I don't think we agreed on anything on today's
Well, put
show.
a poll together. Put a poll together. And let's ask our fan base what they think.
Oh, well, what the Bears should do?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Let's put it out there. So to our listeners out there, we're gonna put a poll out there. What you
And you
think the
put your
Bears should do?
choice, and you put your choice, you put my choice, and you put and let's see what the percentages look like.
Yeah, let's see what it says. Because I mean, I'm not
Yep.
even sure what you asking them to do. You want them to trade
I
back?
want them to trade back twice. Trade the first round, and you're gonna get another first round pick. And guess what? You trade that first round pick and get more picks.
Well,
It's a Herschel Walker deal.
we'll see how that works out. All right, man. Let's wrap this thing up, man. Hey, to our listeners out there, thanks for joining us again. We do this thing every week. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next week.